Shalom. I want to begin the camp lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwarash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back with another camp lesson through the spirit, man. Like I told you all, I think I said this last week or the week before then, I was going to start doing my lessons or my camp lessons on Sundays. So, that being said, man, we ain't going to waste no time. We're going to get straight into it. We're just going to be talking about a few different things. Number one, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the news as always. Right. Been a lot of stuff going on in the news as always. So just some of the things I'm gonna hit in this lesson is gonna be the persecution of Jacob's trouble, and our people's ignorance of what's happening, as in things going on in the news. So with that being said, man. Number one, when I say the persecution of Jake, that's going into, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that's going on with ICE, the ICE agents, you know, the National Guard, things of that nature. And all around just people seeking to destroy Jake as a whole, man, because we told you all, right, that originally, you know what I'm saying, it starts with the Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom gets it first. But Judah gets it worse, or Southern Kingdom gets it worse. You know what I'm saying? That's just a saying that we have amongst the brothers. But we told you all that these things were going to come to pass, that they weren't just going to be going after Latino nations, that they were going to be, you know what I'm saying, going after you niggas as well. You know what I'm saying? Black Jakes, you know what I'm saying, Negroes, etc. So we're seeing that happen right now, man. You know what I'm saying? They send the National Guards to these different cities, you know what I'm saying, these red states and stuff and things of that nature as a whole. And then also, just a little bit of it going into, you know what I'm saying, the fact that a brother actually was, how you doing? The fact that a brother actually was at camp, you know what I'm saying, and he got attacked, man, right? He had he believed that the person might have been a Jake, but he wasn't sure. He had the appearance of an Edomite though, so who knows, man? The dude tried to actually kill him, right? So he could have been an Edomite, man, or he could have been a wicked ass 2/3 Jake that is ignorant as fuck. Nonetheless, though, the Wadi Yahweh Shimei shot at that brother did not lose his life. If he did, he would have been a martyr, but the Wadi Yahweh Shimei shot that he's still here to this day to tell that story, because it just happened not even 24 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? Brothers are making lessons and videos and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that really hits home for brothers, because we try, you know what I'm saying, we understand that whenever we come out here and teach and preach on the highways and the byways, that we're literally risking our lives and our freedom to do so, man. There are people that are out in the world and whatnot that go out here and try and do the things that we do, and they're getting locked up for it, they're getting arrested for it, stuff like that, man. It's really, the more and more we go on and the more and more we continue in this kingdom, it's becoming less and less safe for us. It already hasn't been safe for us since the beginning, because we've been on a red list, we've been on that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be classified as T's and stuff like that. I talked about this in my lesson yesterday, man. The fact that, you know what I'm saying, the elder brother Amawan Gabar said this in his lesson, man. He said that they probably they're gonna start using this AI stuff to set brothers up. You know what I'm saying? Make us seem as if we're doing things that we're not doing, or that we're, you know what I'm saying, being the T word, man. You know what I'm talking about. So like, y'all, I just want to make sure my lesson is up and running, and that people can actually see my video here. So, like, you have to realize that, man. Like, there was a dude, I want to say a street preacher in Texas who had something similar like that happen to him. And this is a so-called, he had the appearance of the heathen, man. He had the appearance of an Edomite. He was a preacher and stuff like that. But even then, Christians, right? They having more and more people come out and do street preaching and stuff like that we've been doing. They weren't doing that type of stuff before, you know what I'm saying, the brothers. I want to get this, though. The book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 20, it says, "For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you," right? That is the reason why a lot of these people around the world dislike us as a whole, because we're bringing out the good and the bad of the Bible, right? We're bringing out the good, the bad, the ugly, the things that people don't want to talk about, the uncomfortable conversations that people don't want to talk about in this book. We're bringing out the whole truth, man. That's why people hate us and they reject us. But it's not coming from us. It's coming from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, okay? So that is the reason why we're hated amongst, you never see this amount of hate when it comes to any other quote unquote religion, right? You never see that amount of hate as how much hate we get as a whole. So like, let me go back. That should tell you something. That should show you something, man. And Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that. Or, you know what I'm saying, brothers have been doing lessons on that. And so, like I said, got verse 19. I'm gonna go back. But man, dude literally put a gun out on this dude, man. Dude literally put a gun out on a brother and was talking shit up in his face and really was about to try and kill him. Like, really was the real deal about to try and kill him, bro. And the Wadi How Bashim Al-Shah, man, he put some spiritual powers on that brother, and he was able to disarm the dude and start beating the shit out of him. The book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 16, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Right? I don't know how I don't have all this. I must have, I gotta go back. You all know I'm in the midst of still highlighting a lot of this stuff in this book, so I can start reading out of it more and more. Nonetheless, though. "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my name, for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles," right? They're gonna look at us as people who commit treason, right? Which is an act that is committed against, you know what I'm saying, a state or government, right? A person that is a citizen who is committing a big dishonor or going against his state or his country. You feel me? So it says, verse 19, "But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak," right? So in that situation, man, the Lord put the Spirit on the brother to act accordingly as to how he wanted him to act. All things went out the window, man. If you get put in that type of situation, the Lord gonna put the words in your mouth or put even the abilities upon you to handle yourself in that situation, man. Because that dude was in a life or death situation. That wasn't no damn joke. He was in a life or death situation right there. That brother probably have kids or a woman or something like that he's trying to get back home to every night. We go out here and risk our lives for this truth because we fully believe in it, man. This shit is not a game. We don't do this for fun, right? We do it because we've been called to do it. We do it because it's our calling and it's our duty to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. We truly believe that. And we know that, man. It's not a game. It's not a joke. We don't take this shit light. We take it serious. So whenever people come up and try and make fun of what we got going on, what we're trying to do with our lives, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to live and lead a righteous life, you know what I'm saying? You say, fuck them, right? You don't gotta say it to their face, but it's really fuck you, right? If you're not with us, you against us. If you're not, what does it say in the book of Matthew, man? God damn. If you're not gathering together with the Lord, you spreading against him, man. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, Lockie, let me look this up real quick, and then I'm gonna continue on. But yeah, man, we don't take this as a game. This is as entertainment, man. People watch. Call lawyer how about Shemal Shah. People watch it and look at this as if it's entertainment. Like this shit is like a joke. When we talk to y'all about these things, we warn y'all about these things. This is a life or death situations, man. We take this serious, man. So when we warn y'all, which we're not gonna be out here all day. We're not gonna be out here for much longer, man. That's what we try and tell y'all. But y'all decide not to listen. He that is with me, he that is not with me is against me. Matthew 12:30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Right? So you either fully with the Lord or you fully against him, man. And you 2/3 niggas, y'all are fully against him. Y'all like and love the benefits of this world. Verse 20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Right? That's why I say, man, these people hate us. No, you hate the Lord, man. You have a problem with the Lord. We're coming and telling y'all the things that are in the book. And we're also prophesying according to how the times and the things in the world are lining up right now. And if you can't understand that, then it's not meant for you to understand. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death, right? And that even goes into the division of this kingdom once again. The division of this kingdom once again. We're going to keep saying it. The division of this kingdom, man. Right? We're going to come into a point in time where it's going to be every man for themselves. Where people are going to start betraying their family members. Where people are about to start betraying their loved ones, their neighbors. You ain't going to be able to go over and go see Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can I borrow some flour? Can I borrow some sugar? You know what I'm saying? Those days are about to be out of here, man. People gonna have to start defending their home, defending their family. And they ain't gonna wanna play patty cake with your ass. They're gonna deliver you up, man. Billy from down the road, he's not gonna be fucking with you, Jake. He's gonna deliver your ass up. And you gonna be somewhere in a concentration camp or something. He's gonna fuck around and kill your ass. That's why it says, man, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Trust not thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. Salakia, let me get that. That's why we sit up here and try and tell y'all, man. And that brother knows that, of course. He was just being patient. Because that dude could have actually been a Jake. You never know. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Right? So no matter how much these people, you know what I'm saying, these old ass Edomites smile and wave in your face, And you know what I'm saying? Teeth and palms, teeth and palms, teeth and palms. That shit don't mean nothing, man. You gotta look beyond that. You gotta have discernment and wisdom to see that these people do not fuck with you. They are wicked. At the end of the day, they are our evil twin brother. It's just as simple as that. You go back into the book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 23. It states it from there, man. We've been warring with each other since the womb. You know what I'm saying? They got all these Edomites and these other different conflicts and stuff like that. But even then, man, they're still gonna be persecuting Jake, going after your ass, always on the hunt. It's been like that for years and years and years and years and years. But yeah, y'all niggas can't still get that through y'all head, man. That's why that's why I said, I pray not for these people. When Jake start getting persecuted and you niggas really start seeing how much they don't like your ass, me personally, I'm not gonna have no sympathy for you niggas. Especially if I told you. I'm not gonna have none at all. None. You niggas are gonna be through. The book of Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23, it reads, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Salakia. So that in that video, man, the brother in that lesson, because he was at camp, showed that the younger was stronger than the elder, man. Salakia, let me see something. I might need to go to verse 28. Salakia, bear with me one moment. Let me go real quick. It's so damn windy out here, dog. This shit is crazy. It feels good though. I'd rather it be windy and cool than hot and dry. Going into verse 27. I'm taking too much time to find this verse. I'm gonna just go ahead and pull it out in my phone, man. Salakia. Yeah, I was right. Salakia, it was Genesis 25 and 23. That's on me. Salakia is going back to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith, right? So you can put that and apply that in today's terms, man. Or even in ancient days, right? They gained dominion over us, which it was meant to play out like that in the scriptures. But as them being our enemies, as them being our adversaries, right? Like I just read, when they overthrow you, they will take what you have, you know what I'm saying, as though it's theirs and make it seem like it was theirs all along. So what is that going to? You know what I'm saying? Covering the faces, painting the likeness of the images, making it seem as if they were the true children, when in fact it was us all along. And that truth has been coming out. Jake has been waking up. But you niggas who are still stuck in that, hey, that spirit of slumber is strong upon Jake. You niggas who are still like that, who refuse to get this truth, that's on you, man. Your ass gonna be lost in the sauce very soon. We're coming closer and closer to the end every day. Every day we continue in this captivity, we're getting closer and closer to the end. And things are heating up, right? Like the elder brother just said in his lesson today, I didn't even know this. They building a Qatari Air Force base in Idaho right now, right? Remember, Qatar just bombed Israel. Israel just bombed Qatar. America made a deal with Qatar saying that if anybody sent airstrikes over to Qatar, then they're gonna take it as if it's a threat to the U.S. While Israel runs the U.S. How much sense do that make? Now Qatar is building a base over here. You also got to account for the fact that they got all these sleeper cells still. They still, quote unquote, talking about Al-Qaeda and ISIS and all this shit. All of these military men that they let in the past 5 years. It says, Matthew chapter 10 and verse 22. And my point, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Right? We're hated of all men. But that goes to your family members, to your friends, to random motherfuckers, right? To your number one enemy, which is Esau, Edom, Amalek. They hate you, man. They hate us, right? Because they want to beat us. They don't want us to have the glory. Very soon, that glory is going to shine upon us as the brightness of a firmament, Lord willing. But they don't want to see us in power, man. That's why they try so hard to keep this truth. So they try so hard to keep this truth under wraps. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. And this is going into what I was talking about the other day, man. How we're going, you know what I'm saying, how I want to go through that straight gate, because we're going to go through it. There is no getting around Jacob's trouble, or even the fact of all hell breaking loose, man. As the elder brother Malcolm just said in his lesson I was watching right before camp, Jacob's trouble is for everybody, right? Now, of course, Jacob's trouble is predominantly going to affect Jake. That's going to be majority of 2/3 judgment on this side. But nonetheless, the whole earth, the whole world is going to be in mourning during that time. Especially America, man. This shit going to be bad over here. It's the land of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? The heartbeat of Babylon the Great. So it's definitely going to be some shit going on here. Jake not going to be the only one catching hell, man. You know what I'm saying? You look into them movies and them shows and stuff. Damn, man, my damn phone fell. I'm so glad it hit the grass though. The Wadi Halbashim y'all shot. The Wadi Halbashim y'all shot, man. The motherfucker hit the grass first. It still cracked a little bit of the corner. I need to put a case on this, like dead ass. But the Wadi Halbashim y'all shot though, it hit the grass first and then it hit the corner. Let me put it a little bit back though. Oh man. That thing fell, man. Told y'all, man, this damn wind. Well, I thought it was over with. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and stand up here. I forgot what I was talking about. I might even have to put my book up. Oh yeah, taking that straight gate, and the fact that Jacob's trouble is for everybody, man. Right? The whole world gonna be catching hell. It's not just gonna be Jake. You think the other nations is gonna be roaming and breezing through this shit? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? This shit about to affect everything. That's why we say shit hit the fan. This whole society and economy collapse, man. That's what we're waiting upon. That's gonna kick everything off, man. We're gonna be living as pilgrims on the earth, right? We're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble as it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake is already catching hell on all four corners, damn near. Right? They just trying to find something that's really gonna set this shit off. For real, if you want to be honest. They're just trying to find something that's gonna set everything off, man. That's what it is. Verse 24, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that his Lord, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house of Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? And Beelzebub is just the devil, like spiritual demon Satan. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. Right? That's what we're doing right now. We're bringing it out. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me. He that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only, in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, ye shall in no wise lose his reward. And that was Matthew 10 and verse 39 through 42, man. Just pulling that out. Yeah, man. Let me get to the book of John, chapter 15, because that also goes into persecution, man. The book of John, chapter 15, and verse 16, it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go forth, that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he shall give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Right? And that's Yahweh Shah. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. That's speaking to us brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we be at that number. They're speaking to the elect of the house of Israel. Right? So the world has a strong disdain for us as a whole. That's why that man went up and attacked him. That's why they have agents out here, you know what I'm saying, on our pages and whatnot, sending brothers messages and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Getting brothers' accounts taken down, accounts banned, accounts removed, all of that shit. They don't want this truth to come out, because the more that it comes out, the more that it's spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, the less and less time they have to set up their kingdom. The revival of their kingdom, what they're trying to do. if ye, so like, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Right? With persecution is the chasing out of someone, right? You chasing them out, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get rid of them. I'm losing the words, man. I can't even think of the definition of persecution right now. But they trying to drive you out, right? They're trying to drive you out of a city, of a place. They're trying to get rid of you, man. Sometimes even trying to kill you. The servant, so like, let me get verse 20 again. Remember the word that I have said unto you. The servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Right? They don't know the Lord. They don't understand why we're on this. They don't understand why we're on this journey that we're on right now. They like the old you, man. The you that was a part of this world. The one that was going out, having fun, all this other shit, acting like an ass, doing all the things of this world. They like that version of you. I'm about to get off the topic of persecution of Jake, though, soon. I'm going to go ahead and go into Jacob's trouble in a second. For all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin, right? Let me read that again. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin, right? So if you heard this word and you know this truth, whether you're in it or not, like for instance, if I told a brother, hey, you ain't supposed to do that, you know what I'm saying? That's against the laws. We're not supposed to do that, man. We're not supposed to live like that. And you still do it, there is no cloak for your sins, nigga, because you know that you're not supposed to do it, and you still went and did it. So you can't use ignorance or the lack of knowledge to get around that, because you know it's wrong and you still went and did it. So you, at that point, you just disregarding the Lord and you're showing that you don't have no fear of him. And why do they not have a fear of the Lord? Because they don't know him. They like to make up this fairy tale God in their head, man, where everybody lives in peace and harmony and it's all sunshine and rainbows and all this other bullshit, which is not true. That doesn't line up with what the scriptures say, right? It doesn't. You want to save this man so bad and he does not like you, Jake? What? This is a rhetorical question. When are you going to realize this? Because I know the answer. They ain't going to understand. They're not going to wake up to the fact that these people don't like them or the fact that shit is going bad until it's too late. They don't realize that the things that are going on in the world is a step-by-step process leading to the end of this society that we're in right now. The collapse of this kingdom that we're in right now. It's a gradualism, man. As the brother said, it's gradualism. Everything that they're doing right now in the society is geared towards what's about to happen, which is shit hitting the fan and the implementation of a new world order, a one world government, central bank digital currency, digital ID. They saying that if Americans that refuse to get the digital ID will be barred from traveling to I want to say EU countries, or the EU said this, that they will be barred from traveling to UK or something like that. So either you comply or you don't. And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, you don't comply. You don't want to be a part of this world that's about to be, you know what I'm saying, that's about to come to pass, because number one, it's not gonna last for long. It's not gonna be no benefit to joining it. And number two, which is really the more important part, you bound down to the left-hand side. Right? You take that thing, you take that C-hip, that mark of the beast, you bound down to the left-hand side. You know what I'm saying? The sons of wickedness. You in league with them. You don't want to be in league with them. You want to be in the league. You want to be in league with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, which is the right-hand side, the side of righteousness, which will receive salvation from these damn devils. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. He that hateth me hateth my Father also. Right? All those who hate me love death. Right? All those who hate me love death. Proverbs 8:36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, right? That's what I try and say, man. I said this in my lesson a while ago, in one of my lessons, but I'll say it again. Like I told this one nigga I work with, which he don't get it. You can tell the nigga a little slow, a little behind. But I told him, I said, you know what I'm saying, I have a woman I mess with back home, and to be honest, I'm not worried about what she does behind the scenes, because everything that is done behind the scenes is gonna be brought out in the light anyways. So if you out there and your girl is out there committing adultery upon you, don't even worry yourself, man. Hey, marvel not if she trespass against you, roughly paraphrasing, or transgress against you. But in the end, who is it hurting? Is it hurting me or is it hurting herself? Like I just read. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All you doing is marking yourself. You think you getting off on me? That ain't doing nothing to me. You marking yourself. Verse 8, Proverbs 8:36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. As I just said. He that hateth me hateth my Father. Also, he that hateth me love death. If I had not done among the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause, right? They hated Yahweh Shai, but they didn't have a real reason for hating him. You hated him because he was doing good and right, because he was calling y'all out for the bullshit y'all was doing, because he was correcting you, right? Making it known you ain't supposed to be doing that. Holding you accountable. That's really what it is, because at the end of the day, a lot of these jakes, especially you niggas out here, because the majority of the 2/3 is women. A lot of you niggas out here was raised by y'all mamas. So you have the traits and the characteristics of a woman already. You don't want to be held accountable. If you tell a nigga, hey, you ain't supposed to do that. Fuck that shit, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. All right. Your ass gonna be somewhere fucked up. Verse 26, but when the comforter is come, whom I will send you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me, and also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning, right? That's why I said, man, in my lesson yesterday, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man. The Lord knew who the elect was from the beginning. The only people that don't know is us. We don't know if we're part of the elect. That's why we always say, Lord willing, we be at that number, man, because it's not guaranteed. Just because it's not guaranteed, though, don't mean we still shouldn't do the work. Lock. But yeah, man, that great tribulation, that great time of trouble is coming, man. And that's what we're about to get into right now. For all of those who think it already came to pass, that it's not going to happen. Okay, we're going to see very soon. This shit about to start amping up, man. We keep telling y'all, it's about to start amping up. Very soon, we ain't going to be here to tell y'all, though. That's also a part of, you know what I'm saying, prophecy. The famine of the word. The famine of hearing this truth. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1, it reads, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Okay? That time of trouble is going to be greater than anything that has ever been on the earth, man. It's going to be a great time of trouble. The earth going to be mourning. All of those good things. All of the things that these people don't want to happen, right? Which they're going to make it come to pass, whether it's how they want it or not. At the end of the day, you got to remember this simple fact. So log it. At the end of the day, you got to remember this simple fact: the Lord is the one who controls all of this, all of the things that go on under the sun, and that means He controls the rulers, the kings of this world. You know what I'm saying? The presidents, all of that shit. So it ain't no sense of giving them the credit, man, because we know at the end of the day, it's the Lord who is the one who brings this stuff to come to pass, man. Right? Like I mentioned in my lesson yesterday, you had a few 7-point-something magnitude earthquakes go down, man. And we know in the scriptures, the book of Matthew 24, I want to say Mark 13 and Luke 21 speaks on earthquakes being in diverse places as signs of the end, that are signs of the end. Diverse meaning everywhere, all over. These are in different spots. You still got mass killings going out. I want to say like 200-something. They deployed like 200-something U.S. Army troops over there in Israel, man. Right? All of these things are happening for a reason. It's all happening for a reason, man. Because we're in the latter days of the end. We're in the latter days of the end, man. And it's going to continue to get worse and worse as we go on. No matter how much you want to discard it, no matter how much you want to put your head in the ground like a ostrich, you want to close your ears and be numb to it, that's not going to change the fact that it's going to happen. It's not. So would you rather know that these things are going to happen and be able to do something about it, right? Put yourself in league and, you know what I'm saying, be able to actually get a chance to make it up out of this place? Or would you rather just neglect it, you know what I'm saying, and just count yourself out wholeheartedly because, sweet ass Porsche, or count yourself out wholeheartedly because you're too scared, right? I'm too scared. I don't look at the news. I'm scared of what's going on right now. I don't want to know. Okay, that's going to be to your own detriment, man. You want to measure the times diligently. Be a watchman. Stay up on what's going on in the news, man. That's your source of information. And even then, you got to go digging a little bit because these news sources, nowadays, they don't want to tell you what's going on. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 1 says, "The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book." Right? This even goes back to this, and that nigga might have been an Edomite, man. The chocolate covered Edomite that I was talking to the other day, or the other weekend. I did a lesson on. This nigga talking about some, how do you know? He's talking about some, the Bible was written by a man. It's written from a man's perspective. And I said, no. I said, the Lord spoke through the prophets, right? Well, how do you know that? It mentions it multiple times in the book that the Lord speaks through his man. We just proved that right here. What I just read. I'll read it again though for those who are hard of hearing or selective hearing. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 1, and it says, God sheweth Jeremiah the return of the Jews. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh, the Most High Power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. Right? So that if it saying that the Lord is going to bring his people and return them back to the land, that would mean that they had to been removed from that place, right? That's correct. Now you have, when it's speaking Judah, it says my people Israel and Judah. At one point in time, right, we were in split kingdoms. The northern kingdom, which is the house of Judah, and the southern kingdom, which is the house of Israel. That's what that's saying when it's saying Judah. Well, that's what it's saying when it says Judah and Israel. You got to remember, man, we were scattered amongst the nations. We were spread abroad, dispersed as a people. So that came from us being under the curses. If you go in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, man. We were spread amongst all nations, right? Sold into slavery, things of that nature. You go and look up a yoke of iron, it's only gonna show a Jake. None of the other nations went through that type of tribulation, man. Verse 4, and these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling of peace. So like it. We have heard a voice of trembling of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now, and ye, so like ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, right? Because in that day, like we say, man, these men aren't going to be men anymore. These so-called tough guys, these badass men that they like to call and stuff like that on the internet and stuff like that, UFC, baddest man on the planet. Them niggas are going to turn into bitches in that day. They're going to become real soft and feminine. Those aren't the true men. The true men are those out there pushing this truth on the highways and the byways. You know what I'm saying? The prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Those are the true men. The ones who are going to be able to move and navigate through Jacob's trouble and actually know what's going on, because we've been practicing this whole time. Everything that we've been going through has been a test run for us, right? The Lord is strengthening us. And you know what I'm saying? Trying us as silver is tried. So like it, refining us as silver is refined, and trying us as gold is tried. So then when we come into that test, you're going to be like, dang, I done already studied for it, right? I already know what's going on. We already know, right? The Lord is perfecting us right now. He's correcting us right now. We're going through hell on a daily basis right now for that reason. Here's my point. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? And those that are going to be saved out of it are going to be the elect of Israel, man. So like, I might be going the wrong way. I'll just get on my phone just to cut down time because I'm going to be ending it shortly. The book of Zechariah 13:8, and it reads, it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my God. Continuing on in Jeremiah chapter 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, meaning they were in a different land. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. Right? So the Lord hath plagued us, cursed us, all of the above, man. And very soon, we're coming into Jacob's trouble, man, which is going to be the ultimate judgment of Jacob, right? That's what we're coming into right now, man. So, repent, turn back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, why his son, Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, we receive salvation, man. So with that, I'm going to close it off there, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakurash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Shalom. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom.